That's It's Caleb AM. Sorry.
Good guitaring.
Thanks, man. I like picking.
Nice.
It's how the old folks call it, picking. My grandfather, whenever he'd go and play guitar with his brother and his friends, he called it picking and grinning.
Oh, wait.
He always smiled.
I got my Bible in my room. I'll be right back.
Okay. Bye, Caleb.
Bye.
So unprofessional. Oh, that's so unprofessional. It's okay. It's okay. I'll forgive him. But now the live stream is boring because I'm just sitting here for a while. Just so unprofessional. Just a lack of professionality. Hey, Caleb, sorry.
I'm glad that you said that.
I didn't realize you made it back.
And it's okay, I agree.
Alright. Well, this is Kayla AM. I waited for you.
Sorry.
Our favorite little morning show where we talk about Jesus.
We drink caffeine.
We answer a question.
We talk about life.
And we go to class.
Yes.
And today's Bible verse belongs to Caleb Blatt. So,
Today we are going to be in Ephesians 3.
I love Ephesians. Sorry, I really like
I do too.
I really love Ephesians.
Ephesians 3, 17 through 19, it says, and that 17 through 18, sorry. And that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. I pray that you, being rooted and firmly established in love, may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the length and width and height and depth of God's love.
Good verse.
I really like
Yeah.
these verses, because I know, like, it's kind of saying, like, that he wants us to be able to comprehend God's love, but I don't think we ever will be able to.
I don't think it's possible.
Because
God.
as it said, like, the height, the depth, the width, the length, it's like infinity.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, I don't know. I really like, sometimes I just like thinking and trying to comprehend it, and it's impossible. Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because that means it's infinity.
If it was comprehensible, then, that means there would be an end to it.
Yeah.
But there's not. It's kind of similar to, like, I can grasp the fact that we will live in heaven forever, but I can't comprehend, like, eternity.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, Like,
I know it happens.
yeah, like, I grasp the fact, I know the fact that, like, God loves us and everything, but I can never comprehend, like, how vastly his love is and stuff like that.
But yeah, it's really cool to think about.
Yeah. True.
Caffeination?
Yeah.
What did you bring today?
I decided I'd go back to back.
Did it have anything to do with the fact that it was free?
Yes, it did. It had everything to do with that fact.
Fair enough.
I had another rainbow sherbet this week. I had a 4-pack, sorry. And gave one to Caleb, drank one last week, and then the other one exploded. But we had good rain ice from that, so I was okay with it. Once I cleaned out my mini fridge. And now I have...
Speaking of mini fridges, I almost got one, but they were really expensive. I brought a wild and watermelon.
You did?
I found like an Xbox fridge that looked like the Xbox Series X. And it was a mini fridge, and I thought that'd be really funny. It would be funnier if I had an Xbox. I used to have one, but it was $50. And then there was a Minecraft one that was a TNT block. That was $58.
Really cool.
And then there was a Fortnite one that was like Peely. And I was like, I hate Fortnite. I won't hate Fortnite in a month or so whenever the new season starts, because they're bringing the old stuff back.
Looking forward to that.
love that flavor.
I know, son.
I also love this flavor, but I love that flavor. And I love this flavor.
Dude,
and this is at a 7.5, so...
The moment I put my rain down on my fridge, a car just like read by, and I thought they were like intertwined, and then it shocked me, and then I was like, oh, they can't be intertwined, that doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense.
You're right.
So yeah. Shall we get into the question of the week?
Yes.
Okay.
This week's question...
Go ahead.
Props. Pull out the props. Was a Halloween themed question, and it was Reese's
Or KitKat.
or KitKats. Yeah. Well, this one got ripped open.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It's ripped.
Is it clawed?
No, it's not. It's not that. Well, do you want a Reese's?
Sure. Do you want a KitKat?
Sure.
Since
These are our Halloween candy to pass out, but I bought a really big bag of stuff, so I don't think. I think we'll be okay. Oh, I'm scared that it'll explode. I'm just gonna do this. So yeah. This is to pass out, but we got a really big bag of stuff, so I think they'll be okay. Or we'll be okay. Missing 4 pieces. Especially for Caleb and him, I think it's important. I got the bats though. I didn't get the pumpkins. I decided to get the bats.
yeah, I love it when Reese's any like seasonal time because Reese's cups are so much better because instead of like the hard chocolate coating, it's more soft and stuff. And it's so much better. So good.
I love these.
Reese's eggs are my favorite.
I like the trees a lot. The only thing I like more about the cups is it's fun to peel the little black paper.
Not valid. What?
Reese's cups are just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Or Reese's. Which is why I think it's going to be a big surprise when I say that KitKats would win, in my opinion. Because I think KitKats are my favorite candy bar. They're so good. They're so incredible.
So your vote is for KitKat.
Yes.
My vote is gonna be for Reese's.
And that's okay.
There was a long time in my life where Reese's was my favorite candy. It since has changed. Probably moved down to 4. But KitKats, I like them and everything. It's just there's just something missing in my opinion. So great candy though. I will eat it.
Reese's, it is really in your face with the peanut butter flavor, which is probably what you think is missing from this. Something that's that strong.
Could be.
But I love everything about KitKats. I love that there's a little gimmick if you want to. You can do that.
The first time I had one, I didn't do that, and my mom yelled at me.
I think it's pretty messed up. I know she just didn't.
I didn't know I was supposed to.
They're so fun to break.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you think the people chose?
You didn't see it?
I can't. I didn't look at it. I looked at it at like 11 last night, and I haven't looked at it this morning. So, if you think it's potentially changed, it did not change.
Word.
Just threw trash in my room, bro.
I'll pick it up later.
Fine.
Where'd you put yours?
There.
Oh. Here, I'll put it.
No, it's okay.
No.
It's okay.
Dude, this thing's so good. What I'd say with my answer, I guess it might seem a little confusing why we just randomly chose KitKats and Reese's, because I kept getting an ad that was like two Halloween kids were choosing between KitKats and Reese's, and one person wore a KitKat Reese's shirt or something, costume, and then they got both of them. And so the thing was like a brand deal between KitKat and Reese's, although I'm sure they have the same developing company or whatever.
No, Reese's is made by Hershey.
But so yeah, I kind of thought,
Hershey.
I kept seeing it,
They're both in
and I was just like, those are two of my favorites. I think it'd be fun to see what the people think. Yeah.
I've never seen the commercial, but
Which surprised me. I've seen it too many times.
I'm sure.
But I mean, I guess it kind of worked that I bought KitKats and Reese's.
I'm sure now that we're talking about it and my phone's hearing me, I'm sure I'll get the commercial.
I've seen it on TV.
Oh, I've never seen it on TV.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if I've seen it on my phone or anything.
Well, maybe I won't see it. I don't know. But
it'll probably show up in some form or fashion. But I, as I mentioned, love KitKats. I think KitKats are a somewhat underrated candy bar because everybody talks about Snickers and Twix.
I don't talk about Twix, but I love me a Snickers bar.
I just don't like Snickers that much.
I love Snickers.
I think Snickers is the overrated candy bar. Even though I did have a TikTok that got famous because of Snicker bars. I just don't. They're not fun to eat. They kind of get stuck in your teeth.
On the contrary, I think it's amazing. It's like a flavor explosion. Had another explosion baby in my mouth.
I think both of these two candies have way more flavor. But that's just how I feel.
I disagree with
I've never been a big fan of like Snickers, Milky Way, any of those.
Milky Way's pretty good. It's not great.
I do like Three Musketeers though.
I like those
Just
as well.
somewhat like those. But
Twix is good as well. It's just like it's kind of like similar to Kit Kat in that I don't feel there's not.
I think I like the crunch in my candy. But I'm not a big fan of crunch because of how like bland.
Twix is almost the same exact thing as Kit Kat, except it has bad caramel inside of it.
See, I like Twix's caramel compared to Snickers. The cookie inside of it
Now
makes it a lot easier to chew faster.
have you had the Twix cookies and cream?
No, I've heard
It's
bad.
incredible. I don't know who's saying it's bad. I freaking love it.
A couple people told me it's bad.
And the Twix salted caramel.
I don't care for salted caramel.
I love
so.
salted caramel. It was really good. But that's besides the point. I don't know who said the cookies and cream Twix was bad. They probably need to evaluate their taste because, man, it was great.
It was either Andy, but I don't think Andy would have tried it because he loves Twix so much. I don't think he would want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't know Andy was a Twix connoisseur.
he loves Twix. Isn't there a cookies and cream one too?
Twix?
Yeah.
That's what we just were talking about.
I thought you said cookie dough.
No.
Maybe they. I've had the cookies and cream one. I don't know why I thought you were talking about the cookie dough.
No, the cookies and cream one's incredible. I didn't know there was a
Yeah, I've had the cookies and cream one. I do like that one.
I didn't know there was a cookie dough one.
There's a cookie dough one. It's in like a pink wrapper.
I've not tried that.
And that's the one that people have said is bad.
I can't say anything about that because I haven't tried it.
We'll have to try it. Maybe on straight next week. After all the Halloween candy's gone.
Yeah.
Well, no. It'll be too early because Halloween will be over on the day before this. Happy Halloween. This is our Halloween episode.
I didn't wear my Spider-Man costume, but it's okay.
We were going to dress up as each other, but then I remembered I'm lazy in the morning, so.
Should I put on my Spider-Man costume?
Anyways, back to guessing.
Please don't put on your Spider-Man costume.
I'm begging you. You're not Spider-Man, Caleb, please.
Yes, I am!
He's going insane. I think that like Reese's is just too popular for it not to have won this. I'm hoping Kit Kat won because I prefer Kit Kat, but I love both of them, so I'm not going to be upset with this one either way. The only reason I would go for Kit Kat over Reese's is because some people don't like peanut butter, but I really think that's only Andy. Like, I can't think of anybody else that just actively dislikes peanut butter.
I don't know anybody who
because peanut butter is incredible.
Peanut butter's great.
And I don't know why Andy doesn't like it. It's like a childhood thing. I think he had it one time with a bad experience, and now he just can't handle it.
I'm not big on like peanut butter by itself. Like I'm not the type of person who can get a spoonful of peanut butter and just.
I can, but I prefer not to because
peanut butter
really dries your mouth.
Peanut butter with other things is just peanut butter, like in chocolate and ice cream and bananas
with apples.
Oh. Peanut butter.
My snack of choice at my house
jelly,
was peanut butter and apples because they had a little apple slicer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so good.
I could eat peanut butter with almost anything, just not by itself. But I love peanut butter.
I can definitely eat peanut butter by itself, but I prefer it with something because I can't eat a lot of it by itself, but I can eat a lot of it with other stuff.
Sure.
But I don't think it having peanut butter is enough to just dissuade any but one voter. And I know if Julia voted on your poll, I don't know if she followed you, she would have voted for Reese's. I told Jack to vote, and I don't think he told me what he voted for, but I think he would have gone for Reese's. Maybe no, I think he voted. I think he told me he did Kit Kat. So I think Reese's won. I'm hoping Kit Kat won, but I'm gonna say it was kind of close and go like 72-28. No, is that right?
72-28. Yeah, that's right. You were right. Reese's won, and it was closer than you assumed, but not by too much. It was 66-34. It's the final for Reese's. So close. Closer than I imagined, honestly.
You fared well.
You did fare well. I fully expected Reese's to run away with it, and I was wrong.
Kit Kats are really good.
They are really good.
They're the most satisfying.
I just know
candy.
like Reese's is like the highest selling candy in Hershey's history, and
it's because of Julia, bro. She is constantly.
She goes crazy.
I don't ever see Julia when she doesn't have some Reese's on her.
As I've grown older, I have gone away from the chocolate candy.
I don't eat chocolate candies as much, but I will say that Reese's and Kit Kats are two of the only ones that I like really go for. If I see like some Twix or some Three Musketeers and like one of those free candy bowls, I'll take some of those. But if I'm buying it, it's gonna be Kit Kat or Reese's.
So, what was your top 5 candies? I don't know. We can isolate it to chocolate candies if you want.
If we wanted to isolate the chocolate candies, it would be Kit Kat, Reese's, Twix, Three Musketeers, and then probably M&M's.
Okay. Mine would probably be
M&M's would be above Three Musketeers.
Mine would be Snickers, Milk Duds, Reese's. I might throw in the peanut M&M's. I love the peanut M&M's. If those count as chocolate, I don't know.
There's chocolate in them.
Okay. Peanut M&M's, and then next is tough because it's either miniature M&M's, which I know sounds redundant because
I was about to say I might replace regular M&M's with mini M&Ms.
Mini M&Ms are incredible.
I'm doing that.
Mini
I just did it.
Gosh.
My number 4 is mini.
That's one of my favorite things about Christmas. Okay, I just want to talk about Christmas for a second. I know it's Halloween, but just be real. Christmas has Reese's Trees, the mini M&M tubes that you get in your stocking that you just.
Well, you can get those any time of the year.
I guess, but I never do. I should.
I saw one of those for Skittles.
Really?
In the gas station. It was mini Skittles.
Interesting.
I was like, I should buy these. And then I remembered I was trying to save money, so I didn't.
Yeah. Reese's peanut M&Ms, and I'm just to be cool, I'm gonna go mini M&Ms because I love mini M&Ms. See, I cannot eat regular M&Ms anymore. It has to be the peanut variety or the mini variety, which is weird. I know, but I used to eat peanut M&Ms religiously.
It's more than weird.
Yeah, like
it's super weird.
Like the reason I was so fat was because all I used to do was drink Dr. Pepper and eat peanut M&Ms. But my palate has changed. If we're doing like top 5 candies just in general, it's like Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids, probably the pink Starburst specifically. No, I'm gonna replace it because that's lame. Just to do ones of the Starburst, but I'm gonna do Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish, Snickers, Sweet Tart Ropes, and then.
Dude, sweet tart roasts are so good. I think they're definitely my top 3. Mine would be my top like 5 is kind of always changing.
Yeah.
It was Smarties for a long time, but I don't eat Smarties nearly as much as I used to. And usually when I'm like buying candy, I want to get like you know the size bag of candy I'm talking about. The one that you can, if you want, you can eat it all in one sitting, but you sometimes feel bad about yourself for doing that, so you don't. So they don't sell Smarties in that type of bag unless you go to like a gas or like Dollar General that has like the really off-brand Smarties, and it's just not the same. And then at that point, Smarties, you have to untwist for every 15 Smarties, which I'm not lazy, but that makes me sound really lazy.
You're lazy.
I don't know. I love the taste of Smarties, which is definitely out there because most people hate them, but
I don't like Smarties.
I think they'd be my number 2 right now, and like I don't really know how to go about it, but I think any variety of Nerd would be in my number 1 spot. I just love Nerds right now.
I never got on the Nerd hype.
So I love eating Nerds by themselves, but if it's like the little gummy cluster things or the Nerds ropes, that's my number 1, which is probably cheating. And if I had time to think of a list, because I didn't know we were going to do this, I would be able to, think it out.
Honestly, one of the candies I forgot about that should be in my top 5 is Werther's Caramel. Things are so good. But it makes me sound like an old lady.
It's too late now. It's out there.
I admit, I'm not ashamed.
I'm an old lady! Oh, you erased Joy's message finally.
Yeah, I put a to-do list because there's a bunch of videos I was wanting to make this week. So, I just needed a reminder to do them. Anyways.
Where was I? Number 2? Number 2 would be Smarties.
Sure.
For now. Number 3 would be KitKats.
Nice.
Number 4 would be the sweet tart ropes, the cherry ones, and then number 5 would be those the trolley like gummy worms, but the gummy eggs, which is another bold choice.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that you have the sweet tart ropes on your top 5 because I really thought that would be a bold choice also. I didn't.
Oh man,
I don't ever hear or see people eat them, but they're so addicting. When I eat one, I eat the whole bag, and it's like they taste so good. And you can eat them just like you can go chow down and eat the whole stick, or you can like bite around the edges a little bit and get the cream out. Oh,
you gotta stop, man. You're making me hungry.
Man, I had a whole pack of them at the movies yesterday. You should have said something. I would have given you one.
I didn't even realize
that
you had
movie was
any.
so long. I was trying to space out eating, but then I ended up eating all my candy in like an hour and 15 minutes.
That popcorn was horrible.
Dude, it was
I don't know what the frick they were doing, but good lord, I was upset.
I
still ate it, but like
I don't think I've ever gone to a movie and gotten a popcorn bag that small and not finished it in the first like 15 minutes of the movie. But I stopped eating. I was like, this is terrible.
Bad popcorn.
Like
I put so much.
The
butter
popcorn
on
was bad, and then I think like the butter was unflavored.
Yeah.
Like it literally tasted like nothing.
It was
every like 15 to 30 popcorns, you would get one that had some salt on it, but most of them were literally just.
I'd never had bad popcorn in a movie theater before.
It was wild.
It was it was absurd.
I do think overall the popcorn in the Columbus theater is better than the one here.
I don't normally get popcorn at a movie theater because I don't like eating it unless it's in a movie, I guess. And it's expensive. But I don't know. So I can't really compare the two. It's just I don't know. It made me upset.
I wouldn't spend money on a tub of popcorn here, but if I was going to see a movie that I was like really excited about seeing and wanted that like movie theater experience with a tub, I would definitely be willing to buy it there.
I thought about getting a tub yesterday because I knew the movie was so long, but the tubs were like the Taylor Swift ones, and I got free popcorn anyways. And I'm glad I didn't get a tub because
that would have been a waste of money.
Because that popcorn sucked.
They do have regular, like you have to pay more for the Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
So
okay, cool.
They would have given you a regular one.
I still can't believe that's a movie.
I'm gonna go see how much it's made in the box office because I guarantee it'll be one of the top 10 highest grossing movies this year, and that
probably
makes me so mad.
Yeah. I hate when artists make like concert movies because it's just like what's the point? Release it on YouTube. I mean,
yeah,
you'll make a lot of money that way also, and you don't have to charge your fans to go watch you in a movie when they already paid $200 to go watch you in concert.
It's made $123 million.
That's absurd.
But that was 4 days ago, so
that's really absurd.
Dude, it was even more absurd when I found out it was almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get that sounds a little stupid because I just watched a movie that was 3.5 hours long, but I wasn't happy about that either.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't get. Like, I was thinking, I was talking to Jack about it because his wife like loves Taylor Swift and so does her sister, and so they like went to see it, and I know a bunch of people that went to see it around here, and I was just like, I just don't get it. And he agreed with me. He was just, I don't know why you would want to go spend more money on a show you've already seen, because everybody I saw that went to see it was somebody that saw her in concert. If you didn't have the money or the means to travel to see her in concert, I say go for it. Because you get like that somewhat, like you get the massive experience with like a big screen, really loud, which you wouldn't get on YouTube. So I get that, but like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like if there was a Noah Kahan movie that came out in the theaters, I just don't think I'd go see it.
You wouldn't go see a Noah Kahan movie? What if it
if it was about Noah, I'd go see it. But if it was just like
a concert,
like an hour 30 concert that he did, maybe if it was like his new songs,
sure.
But like,
dude, I wanted to go see Chance's movie so bad because I never saw him in concert, but they were only in AMC theaters, which I hate when.
I think the only reason I would go is if he also had like a cup and a popcorn tin, because then I would want those. But I'd probably just go see a different movie.
And get the cup and popcorn.
Yeah, because I already spent a lot of money on those tickets. I don't know. I don't get the hype. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I know Justin Bieber had 2 movies. Katy Perry had a movie. Did anyone else have a movie during our lifetime that you remember?
This is the first one I remember.
I remember Katy Perry's was Part of Me. Justin Bieber was
Never
Never Say Never, and then Believe was his other one. But those were all documentaries. I don't think those were concert films. Chance the Rapper had a concert film. But I never got to see it.
I would go see a documentary of an artist I like.
Yeah. I remember I had to go watch the first Justin Bieber documentary because that's back when Riley was obsessed with him, and that's all the music. It was that and K-Love, and that's all that ever played in my mom's car.
It used to just be Caleb in my mom's car, but sometimes when I get in my parents' car and they have a radio station on, I just get so confused. I'm like, you have Apple Music.
Yeah.
Just put an aux cord in.
Sometimes
my mom has an aux.
If I ever use radio, it's because it's 96.1 because that's where the Mississippi State games come on.
Yeah.
And if I'm listening to the game there, or it's 93.3 at Christmas time, just because they always play Christmas music, and I know I can stream it, but it's fun to like.
You get to
be
not
back,
choose.
Yeah, be like it's like I'm a kid again listening because that's all I used to listen to.
It is fun listening to like radio stations because it's like. Sometimes you hear a song you've never heard before. My issue is that it's always like super popular stuff, which is like you typically have heard most of it. Yeah. Or you'll find they'll play a song that you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. They're playing Stick Season on the radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have features like that on Apple Music where you can play a song and then do like songs similar, and then it'll just make a cue for you.
Yeah.
Or they literally have radio stations that are like pop or indie and stuff like that. So.
They do that on Spotify too. I've been getting in on Spotify listening to my daily mixes because they make like 5 daily mixes for you based on the different genres you listen to. And
Apple Music does not
so-
do that, but they have a.
That's how I learned about
I've-
Gregory Alan Isaacoff, because they made like an acoustic mix for me, and I played it, and he had like 2 songs on there, and I really loved them.
They have this. They have a favorites mix, a get up mix, a chill mix, new music, and friends mix. The favorites mix is a little lame. I mean, I know what music. It just pretty much takes the music that you've hearted, and it's like, yeah, you like these.
I know. They're probably in a playlist I have already.
The friends mix. I don't have a lot of friends on Apple Music because who does? So it's
I didn't know
typically
you could do friendships on Apple Music.
yeah, it's typically just whatever country music JJ's listening to, and then whatever Andy's listening to.
Nice.
The chill mix, the get up mixes, I rarely listen to it, but I've been listening to so much anime music. This is all anime music though.
Sleep while I drive.
Why is there a Taylor Swift song in here? So just less. Yeah, these are all songs that I already have on playlist besides whatever this is, and then all songs I already have on my playlist.
Yeah.
The Get Up, I already looked at that one. The new music mix is nice because it just takes artists I like, and it like
If they have new music.
if they have new music,
Yeah.
it shows it to me. But also sometimes it'll show songs that I've never heard of before, or artists. So I used to use new music a lot, but when I started listening to mainly worship and like OST type stuff, it started like recommending me only songs in other languages, and I was just like, I don't listen to these because they're in other languages. I listen to them because they're from shows I like.
Yeah.
Please stop. But the chill mix is really good. It just has sad songs.
It's chill.
Yeah. Oh look, Thomas is in it. I don't know if you know that song.
No.
Oh,
Maybe.
Rattlesnake. So it normally has songs that I know, but
Yeah.
it's still fun to go through. When I first, let's see if I even have these. Oh, I deleted them. I had 2 playlists. One of them was from my chill mix, and the other one was from new music. And so there was like 800 songs on them. I don't know why I deleted them because it would have been fun to go through and like listen to songs that sounded good that I never got around to. But whatever, I'm not upset.
He's not upset. I'm very upset. Oh man. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like I've hardly listened to music at all this week, which is weird for me, but I just haven't really plugged in the music. Last week I listened to a lot of Christmas music because the mood got me, and I don't know why.
After talking about it just a little bit, I might have to listen to just a couple. Just like Turn on the Lights and Last Christmas, and This is Christmas, and Happy Xmas, and Black
Simply
Christmas. What's that song called? Christmas Phone. Call Me Chris.
Text Me Merry Christmas.
No.
No!
No. Now I gotta find what that is.
Yeah.
I redid my Christmas list when I got into the Christmas mood a couple weeks ago. I redid it. Christmas Song. What a great name.
I love the Christmas song. Christmas song or the Christmas song?
It's called Christmas
I
Song.
don't know. I love the Christmas
I
song.
have it because I like the beginning. It sounds cool.
Creepy almost.
I don't want to get copyrighted. I really like the soft intro and then bum bum bum.
I need to listen. I've already done it once, but I need to go back and listen to Michael Bublé's album again, which I have on vinyl. And when Christmas time comes up, I'll probably put it up there with whatever that vinyl is right
Did you not see it when you said that?
now. Huh?
You said whatever that vinyl is. Like that one?
Yeah, the Guardians vinyl. I'll probably put it there.
Just sounded so upset.
No, I'm not upset. It's from cool vinyl.
Whatever that one is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I redid my top 10 Christmas songs because as soon as we made that video, I found 6 or 7 songs that I liked more than the ones I had on my list, and I was just like, well, this sucks.
Honestly,
we'll do a Redux one day.
We should have done a top 10 candy for Totally Serious since it's Halloween.
We've talked about doing that a lot, but the issue is JJ because he doesn't like candy.
Candy, yeah. Forget about that. He's weird.
He could sit there and just say
stupid stuff.
Vegetables.
Carrots.
I love carrots, and we could not acknowledge it at all. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one.
It's a good candy, man. I can't believe that didn't make my list.
Dang it, man. Why did I not think about that?
Carrots.
And then we could all throw a vegetable in our honorable mentions.
Sweet tea, number 2.
That is a candy to JJ.
Yeah. Sweet tea is incredible.
Yeah. How's your week?
For the most part, it was good. Spider-Man 2 came out. Played that a lot.
I've got a nasty hangover.
I'm almost 50% to 100% completion, which, considering I've barely done any of the side stuff, is shocking. So I guess I'm almost done with the main story, because I don't know how else I could be to 50% at this point. But
the main story is the only thing.
There's so many extra side quests you have to do compared to the first game, so that's what's kind of shocking me about it. For the most part, the game's
the extra side quests the side quests from the first game, where you had to go find somebody and do something for them?
There are some like that, and then there's other ones as well. They added so much side stuff to this game, because I've done some of them, which I very much enjoy, because it doesn't feel like I'm doing the same stuff over and over again. Once you're not doing the main story like it did the first game, it just felt like you were fighting crime and then beating up Sable agents, and then what was the other one you had to do? Beating up Fisk agents, and then beating up Demon agents, and it was the same thing, just different people you were beating up. And this one is different like that, and I appreciate that.
I agree with that, but I love the combat so much, and I like changing how I fought so much that I was very glad. The fighting ones were my favorite. The ones where you fought Taskmaster were fun.
Those were fun. You still have to do some fighting ones. You have to fight. There's a cult in the game, and I can't remember the name of the cult, but you have to fight them, and then you have to fight Kraven's hunters, and those are the 2 combat ones you have to do around the city. And then there's the Mysterio one you have to do around the city is really cool. It's creepy, but it's really cool. There's a lot of times I was been actually scared in this game, which is
real.
Yeah, genuinely scared. There's a scene where you're trying to find Peter inside of a broken subway tunnel as MJ when he has the symbiote on, and it's the scariest crap. Probably that, and hunting for the lizard in the sewers was scary. But the game has gameplay wise. There's no issues with the game. It's flawless gameplay wise. There's some people who have reported that they've had bugs. I haven't had any, but they did say if you had the disc version, they wanted you to download this update before you started it, and some people probably didn't. But if you got the digital version, then it came updated. Yeah, so that could be part of it. Gameplay wise, I've had no problems. I have one problem with the story so far, which I'll talk to you about, and I'll make a review on it soon. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Well, I guess no one's watching that's gonna watch that video, but it's okay. But I'm still not gonna talk about it. And other than that, though, the game's incredible. Man, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy they did Kraven right. I was so scared that they were gonna mess Kraven up, and they did not. And I could not have asked for a better anything with Kraven. Everything was perfect with him.
Of the villains I saw, Kraven looked the best.
Kraven was awesome, dude. It gets me excited for his movie, and then I go back and I watch the trailer of his movie, and I'm like, it's not going to be good, is it? But I'm going to hang on to hope.
It does have Aaron Taylor Johnson in it.
Dude, everything from Kraven's first line to his second line, or to his last line, is just, oh my gosh, it's spine tingling.
Spoilers.
It's spine tingling. But yeah, so that's what most of my week and weekend has entailed, is playing.
You forgot.
And the pickleball tournament.
We did really bad in the pickleball tournament.
Horrible. I didn't think you were going to mention it.
Well, it happened.
Because it's a sore spot in my life now. But yeah, no.
We'll redeem ourselves.
Hopefully.
We'll practice really hard.
Yeah.
I'll learn how to be
a
inhumanly fast at the net and just do what you just did.
I still have a welt from where that guy smacked it on me.
He hit it hard.
If that would have hit the jollies, I would have walked off the court and quit. Like at that, because that was our last game of the day. I would have literally just left.
I wouldn't have blamed you.
I was, yeah.
And then I would have made some TV show level 1v2 comeback somehow, and then I'm like, Caleb, we need you.
And then we would have won that game, and it wouldn't matter because we already lost 2.
Yeah.
Well, we went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon. That was
make a peach crisp on it.
That was an experience.
It
to
happened.
say the least.
It was 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it at this time. Golly, not really. I could talk about it. Oh man.
It doesn't piss me off, but it doesn't make me happy because it definitely could have been 2 hours.
The fact that that movie was 3.5 hours, is just
See, I was not looking forward to it being 3.5 hours, but he has a 3 hour and 45-minute movie, which I have no problems with the length of that movie. The Irishman.
Yeah.
And I had no
that
problems
was relatively
with that.
new, isn't it?
2019. Yeah. I had no problems with that one being as long as it was because it was awesome throughout the entire thing. So I had like some type of hope that maybe this one would be the same way. It was not. But yeah, I thought the story was interesting though, so it kept me engaged for the most part. Aside from probably like 20% of the scenes that were just unnecessary, but yeah, it was an experience.
I appreciated what the movie was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with the messages. I don't know, like the character I was rooting for was completely absent in the movie. It feels like, like she gets sick and then she's just gone, and so she's not actively doing anything. So I lost care, and then because literally the main character is a terrible human being.
Yeah.
So like.
I do love that money, sir.
Yeah. Based off the one thing I saw of the movie, I thought that it was gonna be like the main character's family wanted him to marry in so they could get rich, and he was kind of gonna like go along with that, but he was gonna realize how messed up that is, and so he was gonna be a good guy. But like no.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
It was.
I was expecting there to be some more like creepy murders from like the trailer I saw, but they were really not. They were just.
Yeah, the fact that it was like a semi-murder mystery, like it felt like it was supposed to be a big reveal when, spoiler alert, they showed that it was Ernest and his brother, but it wasn't. It was obviously them the whole time.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, the only death that really got me was which was my favorite scene in the movie, was the explosion death. Like, when, like, they're just sitting there in bed.
Oh, gosh.
And then freaking, like, the windows blow out. That was, like, scary. Mm-hmm. And then the scene of him, like, slowly walking to the house was freaking awesome.
Great scene.
And then when he sees the bodies and then he goes back and sees Molly and he just, like, shakes his head
don't
down.
talk about it.
Like...
Oh, no, Molly, never mind.
Molly.
What talking about?
Yeah, not that. That was nasty.
Ugh.
That was easily the best scene. And it was because it was the only death that they tried to make impactful. Yeah. All the other ones were just like a character walking and then they get shot, or a character walking and then they get jumped and they don't show their death on screen. And or there were some that they would just like cut to the character's death.
I agree. I think that was my favorite scene in the movie, but like technically done wise, that was my favorite, like the best, obviously. My favorite scene, just because I thought it was cool, was when the FBI all met on that.
At night?
Yeah. I really loved that scene.
I did. That was cool.
Just because, but. So that's probably my favorite.
I liked following the FBI stuff because it wasn't near as boring, and they were a little smarter.
Yeah.
I kept expecting there to be something with the fact that he, like, Ernest talked about how his, like, gut blew up or something. He couldn't lift heavy things. I really thought there was going to be something with that, but there wasn't. It was like they were looking for an excuse to not make him have to lift heavy things when you don't make him lift heavy things. But it is based on a true story, so I assume that's what happened to the guy in real life. So yeah,
the finale was. I love the finale of the movie. I know we've had different opinions on it, but I really loved the finale.
And I thought about it. I like it a little bit more. I might raise it a few points on the peach crisp scale.
Yeah.
Before we do a
peach crisp,
a crispy on it.
Yeah.
But I still like. For me, it really was like the movie was so insanely slow paced that it was really jarring for the end of the movie to just be so fast. And yeah. But that's just a me thing. I probably need to redo my math on this.
This is probably my second least favorite Scorsese film to be made. I still need to watch Shutter Island.
I didn't know that was a Scorsese film.
That's like the only one by him I haven't seen.
Is it because it's a horror movie?
Yeah, I'm scared to watch it.
I've wanted to watch Shutter Island. I've heard good things about it.
I have too.
Is The Departed a Scorsese film?
Yes, it is. Which that is my favorite Scorsese film that I've seen. My second's probably Taxi Driver, and then Goodfellas might be third. Hugo's my least favorite.
Hugo was something else.
And then
I don't know how comparative to this and Hugo. I don't know which one I like more. I think Hugo.
Definitely like this one more.
Hugo had the big benefit of being shorter, but it had the massive negative benefit of we watched it in film. So like even like really good movies like Psycho, I just like the fact that I had to write write an essay essentially on that and answer really stupid questions really hurt the movie for me. But yeah.
You know she doesn't teach that class anymore.
She might still teach it. They have multiple professors. But for the students' sake, I hope not. But it really doesn't matter because they still have to watch those movies, and I don't imagine that the other professors teaching film are much different from her.
Well, if the evaluations went to the dean of the school, she's definitely not teaching the class. And the curriculum has definitely changed if they just didn't get rid of the class altogether, which they did not. But
They didn't.
yeah, that's
Because we saw that poster, and then I went back and looked at it, and it was a different person teaching it. So.
yeah. And then I walked. They're still in the same classroom we were in because I walked past it when I was going to my cognitive psych class, and it was just a different lady. The student seemed so happy.
Just wait till she makes a guest appearance one day and then ends up taking over the class.
Yeah. Speaking of, we submitted a short film again to the Magnolia Film Festival.
The other day,
Hopefully it gets selected this time.
I knew that like it wouldn't get selected. You said like what, December 12th or something like that? 20th. I knew it wasn't getting selected till then, but the other day when I think it was Thursday. It was Thursday or Saturday. When I was like watching TV and then you walked in, went to your room and then screamed. I don't. That was the only thing I could think of. I think it was.
Spider-Man?
I think it was Thursday and like your download had finished or something.
That's what it was.
And you screamed and you're like, Caleb! You ran in there. I was like, what? I thought you were about to tell me the movie got accepted, but I was like, he said that wouldn't happen until December. I don't know what could happen.
I was thinking about the short film yesterday while we were at the movie theater. I was like, this could potentially be up here.
And be better.
And be the stupid comedy we made could potentially be on this screen.
Yeah.
Dude, no cap though. I think if we do get in, I think we got audience choice in the bag.
Oh yeah.
Based on the reactions I've gotten from people who have seen it, I think that we got audience choice
I
in the
hope
bag.
that we get to stand in the front and ask questions, and then it gets revealed that you and Colton are cousins.
Please. Yeah, no, I changed some of the credits because now that class is over, I was like,
You can go back to being honest about how you did the work.
yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I kept Connor as costume design, and I kept you as cinematographer because you basically were.
I
But
did. Come on, watch.
I changed me to editor, and
Real.
I put Colton at assistant editor, and I kept him at sound design, which I probably should have put me in sound design, but.
I did come up with a lot of shots, but it was kind of funny for the cinematographer to be the person that is in like every frame of the
shot,
movie.
yeah.
But I did help. With
How is he the cinematographer? Is he holding the camera the whole time?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised Spain didn't like say anything about that.
She seemed to like
She really enjoyed the movie.
at the end of the class. She seemed to like really want the students to want to make films, which I mean I get because she's a
I
film
know.
professor.
And that's why I did the class, and then we just didn't make films.
Yeah.
Like when I
If
saw,
that whole class was just making films,
oh my gosh,
it would be so fun.
I know. Like that's when I saw that we had a 2.5 hour lab,
I assumed
I
it was gonna be 2.5
assumed-
hours of like going around campus and
shooting stuff, editing stuff, like learning film techniques. Like that's what I thought it would be.
you thought wrong.
I thought so wrong. And then when I got the syllabus, I was like,
worst class I've ever taken.
yeah, hi.
Thanks.
Second worst I've taken.
What was worse?
Bio. I hated bio.
Like, is it a college bio or high
College
school?
bio.
I didn't like bio, but I did better in film because I made an A than in most of my other hard classes. But I've never been more miserable than film.
And bro, when the syllabus came out and I saw the lab was watching movies, I was like, oh, that's pretty hype. I have a class where I watch movies, and then
You
the
answer
movies
some of the dumbest
sucked.
questions about some of the worst movies ever made.
yeah.
One of those movies is number 2 on my top 10 worst movies. Realistically, it should be number 1.
Yeah.
But my number 1, I just hate that movie to an
Is it Suicide Squad?
No.
Oh, what is it?
Suicide Squad is on my
I know it was.
Because that movie, I can't stand that movie. It
Yeah.
is so bad. It also doesn't help that the Suicide Squad
It's
is
so much
good.
better. Infinitely better.
Yeah, way better.
I
don't want to say my number 1 in case I make a video about that one day.
I know. I think everyone knows what my number 1 is, but maybe not.
Triumph of the Will.
It wasn't a film. My number 1's not a film from that class.
Okay. The Power Rangers movie.
No.
I don't know. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man Homecoming.
It's not a Spider-Man movie. It's
Yeah, can I have a hint?
yeah.
Oh, The Last Jedi.
No.
Oh, the Avatar movie. I should have done that.
That movie's.
That movie is on my top 10
Gosh.
worst movies. I think it's
I
like
hate that movie.
it's really bad.
I don't know how you mess up something as great as Avatar. Even if M. Night Shyamalan just decided he was going to make the best movies ever after that, there is no redemption because he had a
That's my
perfect.
number 9.
He had a perfect story that he just obliterated somehow.
I got
Like,
some bangers on.
How
here.
did he do that?
Have you seen this movie? Yes, dude. Me, Colton, and
Oh gosh.
it was Evan or JJ. After we played board games one night. No, it was after. What movie was it? I think. Oh man, it might have been Lightyear, maybe. But I ate a lot of popcorn, and when I eat a lot of popcorn, I get sick and throw up everywhere. But we came back to my house, and we played board games afterwards, and then we were just watching. We just found that movie and watched it. It was so boring. all I could think about the whole time was how I had to throw up. And so I was just like, man, this movie sucks. And then I got up and went to the kitchen and just blew chunks everywhere. And it was so funny because I'm pretty sure it was Colton and Evan. They turned around and they're like, you good? And I was like, yeah, yeah, no. But I didn't miss the movie to throw up because if you remember, my kitchen looks at the TV.
I do remember.
So I was just in the sink going, I'm watching the TV, puking my guts out.
This movie
That
literally
movie
made
was
me blow
terrible.
chunks.
I'm convinced that it was the movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Lightyear that we saw.
Probably.
Looking back at last year, this year's movies overall have been way better.
Dude, this year has been insane for movies.
Last year my number one is I like more than every movie that came out this year.
Was it Mugen Train?
No, Mugen Train came out in like 2020? 2020 or 2021.
What was last year's movie?
Puss in Boots, the last one.
I should have known.
Freaking banger
I
movie.
forgot.
And the Batman came out, which is pretty close, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
My
year-
2023 list is a little janky because Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse would probably move down to below the Mario movie just because the longer it's been out, I just have liked it a little bit less and less. And knowing that it'll be like 4 more years before
that pisses me
the
off.
finale comes
Yeah.
out, it's just like, I won't care at that point.
Yeah.
I will probably go see the movie still, but I
I'm going to see it. I mean,
I will have completely lost interest.
I'm still going to care, but like it does.
Because this movie ended off in a way that I don't think set up a sequel well, because of like how the big plot twist was that Miles in an alternate universe was the Prowler. It's like, I don't think Miles with superpowers should be scared of Miles with fancy glove.
Yeah.
Like, he should just zap him and then go back to his dimension.
Yeah.
It really shouldn't be any type of issue. I feel like they're just gonna have Prowler Miles like beat up every Spider-Man, and it's gonna be really stupid. But who knows? I also don't get why Prowler Miles wouldn't be willing to help regular Miles. It's just like, I get that you're a villain, but that's literally you, dude.
We don't know what's going to happen yet.
Well, at the end of the movie, he's like, please tell me. He's like, well, why would I do that? It's like, 'cause I'm you!
Maybe he will help him.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
I just assumed that the movie took so long to come out because they made both of them, and it was going to be like a 6-month.
I thought.
thing.
I mean, I don't get why you would release this movie if the next one wasn't almost ready or like.
Yeah, but they said they haven't even wrote the script for it yet,
Which was like,
which
what?
is horrifying.
How this movie was supposed to come out next year? How have you not
Yeah.
wrote the script?
I don't get
It's so dumb.
the thing I don't get with that is like, I can't comprehend. Because if they haven't written the script for that, the first movie was written in a way that it was supposed to be the first half of a big movie. So, like, you can't end it the way you did without knowing where to go. And if you haven't started the script, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
You can have an idea, but you don't know. I feel like if, like, Infinity War came out and they're like, hey guys, Endgame's going to come out in 4 years, like the other...
Endgame
like
would
the
be
wait
coming
between
out.
Endgame
right
would be
now.
coming out soon.
Yeah.
And, like...
Could you imagine waiting that much time for Endgame? That would be absurd.
Like, what would have happened in the Marvel Universe?
Nothing could have happened in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Like they could have done Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's it.
Literally, Ant-Man and Captain Marvel would have been the only movies
Yeah.
to come out.
Could you imagine?
I can't comprehend that at all. It does not make any sense.
Dude.
And it makes me a little bit nervous that they could have potentially had a script, but they just thought it was bad, so they scrapped it, so they didn't have one, which is always a bad sign.
So that movie was Spider-Verse was supposed to come out in October of 2022, and they pushed it back, which I was fine with because it means because I knew it was going to be like a part 1, so I was like, okay.
There were some
That's
people
not
that
a-
were surprised.
that's-
I thought it was
yeah,
common knowledge.
Everyone, I don't know how you'd be surprised. That means you just don't pay attention, but. I knew it was going to be part 1, so I was like, okay, that's fine. It just means give them time to keep going with the second one.
I
they
assumed the
closer
longer
together.
I waited for this
And
one,
I
the
was
less time I'd have
yeah.
to wait for the last
And so I was fine with it, and then this, and I'm like, what the crap? I'm honestly hoping that they just scrap the Craven movie altogether, because now that I've seen Craven in a somewhat movie
Yeah, but
setting.
the Craven movie was like literally done.
Yeah.
It was
still
like
think it's crap.
weeks before it came out, and there's no way they were like shooting stuff already at that point.
Yeah.
And
I
they
hope
pushed
scrap
it back because of the strikes.
They've scrapped so much stuff they were going to do, and I think that's in Sony's best interest because if you're trying to make villains into anti-heroes for all your movies, then
The fight between them and Spider-Man's not going to be fun.
Yeah, like please.
I know you're a good guy. Fine. I know you're a good guy. Fine. I know you're a good guy. That'd be like the whole movie.
Yeah.
He just fights each one of them for a little bit and then begs them to change their ways.
And they just do it.
Yeah.
Like that's what scared me
I did
about
help that old
Craven.
lady.
Like Craven is just a crazy guy.
Like killing people.
He wants an equal to kill. Like he wants to prove he is the best, and that's why he buries Spider-Man alive in the comics because he thought he killed him, even though he didn't. And then Spider-Man comes back, and even more recently, in the newer comics, when Spider-Man gets injected with the Goblin stuff, and he goes and seeks revenge on all the people he hates, he buries Craven alive, knowing he was alive, and it was the coolest crap ever. And then, yeah, it's
That happens in that one?
yeah,
That's cool.
he buries Craven. It's sick, dude.
The pages don't open.
No, it's a digital issue. You guys scan the QR. Yeah, it's Craven's so freaking awesome, and I'm so happy the video game did it right. But like, just looking at the trailer, I'm like, it's gonna be Craven trying to kill his dad. That's so dumb.
Dad, you're a meaniehead. You can't do that. No.
There were
Sweet
some
old
action
movie.
scenes that looked cool and stuff, but like, I don't know. Anyways, that's years from coming out. I'm not caring.
Years.
Yeah,
I thought they pushed it back to next year.
a year until it comes out. Not looking forward to it, but I'm gonna go see it because it's Craven. And maybe it'll be really good.
I'm still kind of looking forward to it just because Aaron Taylor Johnson in it. I don't
He's
know.
hot.
It at the very least looks. It looks like it's gonna be rated R, right?
I hope.
At the very least, like it'll have that going for it because I don't like as an adult. I'll go see most movies. There's some things that stop me, like nudity. I probably wouldn't have seen Oppenheimer if I'd known that. But Oppenheimer, after seeing Killers of the Flower Moon, I like Oppenheimer so much more now. Like that movie, like that's how you do a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
It kept me engaged, and I literally went into that movie half asleep because I just got back from a mission trip that I was exhausted from, and I watched Barbie before it. Like I was exhausted, and I was awake the whole time. But
Barbieheimer was such a fun day.
It was.
Continue.
yeah. But like, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
Something about Aaron Taylor Johnson. Maybe?
The like movie ratings. Like I think that when movies force them, they have like an R-rated story, they could be a really good story that has like. You know, like, because it can be, like, Killers of the Flower Moon really wasn't, like, it had a couple F-bombs, but that movie realistically could have been PG-13. There was some bad gore, but, like, they could have removed that and made it PG-13 to make it more marketable, but I think it would have been a worse movie because it would have taken away from the story it was trying to tell.
It wouldn't have been as realistic as they were trying to portray.
They were trying to make it as realistic as possible. So I think when movies force themselves to be PG when they could be PG-13 or PG-13 when they could be rated R, it hurts them a lot. And I think based off the trailer, if they tried to make Craven, it would be really bad because it would just be like Craven going, "Oh crap!" and then he would like slice somebody's head off screen.
I was so looking forward to Aaron Taylor Johnson having the Russian accent, and he doesn't.
And then
They
they pulled the Mario on us.
Really makes me mad. I'm like, that's Craven cracking off. I'm like, Aaron Taylor Johnson's a freaking phenomenal actor, and he literally did a Sokovian accent, which isn't even a real country, in the MCU. He definitely can do Craven's accent. Why won't you let him do Craven's accent? He's definitely got the ability to do it. and it makes me mad. But that's besides the point. I don't want to think too much about the Kraven movie.
That's fair.
It's not even out yet.
You might be wondering why I pulled this down, Chainsaw Man. I started reading through it. That's all I have to say.
Nice. Is it good?
Well, I mean, I'm on book number 3 right now, and I think this one ends with like episode 8 maybe of the show. I can't remember. So I've already up through what I've read. I've already seen all of it. So yes, it's really good.
That's good.
But I'm trying to read it pretty fast so I can get to the stuff that I haven't seen, which is exciting because I haven't read ever. I've read through one manga, and it was because I don't even know if there's a show for it, and I heard it was weird, so I wanted to read it. But I had the whole series, and I've had most of it spoiled for me, so I was just kind of like, you know what? I have it all. I'm gonna read it.
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
And it's really fun so far, and it's like really funny because of some of the characters. Like her, she's my favorite.
She's a racist.
Not really, she's not my favorite character, but
Yeah.
it's like the show was already pretty funny, but I was surprised like, oops. I don't think I've ever had like a book made me laugh like this one has. Because some of the jokes were in the show too. I just forgot about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've enjoyed doing that. That's the biggest thing that happened to me this week, I guess. I'm going to Birmingham in 2 days to go see the FNAF movie. I'm so excited. 5:30 FNAF movie. Jack bought my ticket for me because I have to, spend money to drive up there. So
Yeah.
very cool of him.
Nice move. Classy move.
Classy
Jack.
move, Jack. Very big fan of that guy. I can't wait for the FNAF movie. It was really ironic yesterday. I was complaining about how I don't like when movies are like over 2 hours and 15 minutes long. But then I found out the FNAF movie was going to be 2.5 hours, and I got really excited. So I realized it was like, if I really, really, really want to see the movie, I want it to be long.
Yeah.
But if I'm in, like, if it's like I don't really care about it, I want it to be shorter. If the FNAF movie was like 3 hours long, I'd be a little upset though. I won't lie. Cause
No.
like,
No.
when you hit that 3 hour mark, you're
Yeah.
doing something wrong. It should have just been a 2-part movie, or you should have found a way to shorten it. There are some movies that have exceptions. Like I think Endgame deserved its. I'm one of the people that isn't a massive fan of Endgame.
The more I think about Endgame, the more angry I become. Because
It was really long, and the fact that it was long is one of the things that made it Endgame. But like, the fight scene at the end was really the only memorable part.
Yeah.
When I think about how the rest of that movie was them
it was
time skipping and stuff, I was like, oh wait,
it was a
that's what I watched.
It was a comedy movie with not good comedy. There were some funny moments, but like ultimately, up until the final battle,
That
it was a
Ant-Man
comedy movie.
Hulk scene gets me every time.
Yeah, that scene is hilarious. Time travel. I see this as a complete win.
Yeah.
And then
this is an absolute win.
there was some other funny moments, like when they were talking about time travel. It's like, where do you get that time travel theory? Hot tub time machine. And Rhodey and Ant-Man are just talking about time travel movies. What do you think is coursing through my veins right now? Cheese Whiz. But Rhodey might have been the funniest character in that movie. When they go and find Star-Lord, he's dancing. He's like, so he's an idiot. But yeah, no, that movie, that depresses me the more I think about it, because everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect, it's the best Avengers movie ever, and I'm like, it's not. It's
like
just
when the
not.
movies came out, I really liked Infinity War, but I liked the first one more.
Dude.
And then when Endgame came out, I was mad at it. I didn't like it. I was like, this is not that good. And then everybody else was like, no, this is the best movie ever, and they convinced me it was the best
I know,
movie
I remember
ever.
that. I was mad at you, because like right after I saw it, because you saw it Thursday,
Yeah,
I saw it Friday, and I texted you, asked me how I liked it, and I was like, honestly, I'm not disappointed, but it wasn't like the greatest thing ever. And you agreed with me, and then at church Sunday, you and Andy jumped on me because I said that movie wasn't that great, and Andy's like, I can't believe you said that movie sucked. I was like, I never said that movie sucked. I said it was almost disappointing. And then I said, "Can Caleb agree with me?" He's like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "You literally did."
Yeah, no,
I was so upset. I was like, what?
I just remember Friday at school, everybody. I didn't talk to like too many people at school, but I talked to like some of the nerdy people I knew. No offense, nerdy people. I was also a nerd.
Yeah.
I talked to some people about it, and they were all like, "Oh my gosh, it was beautiful," and I just kind of like held my tongue, like, "Oh yeah, it was great." And then I talked to texted a couple people about it, and they were all like, "Best movie I've ever seen." And I was like, "I didn't like it that much," and they're like, "What? You're an idiot. What is wrong with you?" And I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, I really loved it. It was great." So I had almost been forced to like it, but then I don't know. The more I thought about it, it was just
for so long. Everybody was like, everyone like viciously hated it. Like my mom thinks that's the worst MCU movie ever made, which is just not true.
that's just not true.
But she hasn't seen all the MCU
Has she
movies.
seen Eternals?
No, I told her never to watch Eternals because she will hate it. And then Mr. Thomas agrees with her, but he agrees with her on like almost everything when it comes to superhero movies. And then, or everyone says like the best MCU movie, and I was just kind of like in the middle. And then
It's like a 6-7. Range.
yeah, I mean the final battle was incredible, but
The final battle was one of the best
yeah.
in the MCU.
Other than that, it really just wasn't spectacular. It was kind of a poorly written comedy, honestly.
Infinity War was better.
I definitely agree. Infinity War was beautiful and everything.
I look back
and
on-
it was funnier. And it
Yeah.
wasn't a comedy.
I look back on all the Avengers movies in a weird way because Infinity War would make probably my top 10 Marvel movies for sure. But like the team up movies I'm not the biggest fan of. I much prefer the solo movies. Like Guardians is not a team up movie.
Right,
it's a solo movie. Like I just think they're much more fun to watch because you don't have a bunch of characters fighting for the spotlight.
Yeah.
Again, Guardians is a little bit different, but
They're a team.
James Gunn is the best director in the MCU.
Absolutely.
Rip the fact he ain't coming back. 'Cause
I'm nervous for the future of Star-Lord without James Gunn.
I don't.
Because like it's his writing that makes Star-Lord so great. But I think it'll be fine.
We'll see.
There's literally nothing Guardians, including the holiday special, that's below a 9, which is insane.
The holiday special surprised me with how much fun
It
it
was
was.
so good. This is human trafficking. Yes. It's like, can they make that joke? They just did, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh man, it was
it was fun.
I love the holiday special. I just love Guardians.
And I think I really don't know what the general consensus is on them as a whole, but I think they subsequently got better. Like I liked 2 more than 1, and then 3 was a
3 is
masterpiece.
definitely like the best one. 1 and 2 I can go back and forth on. I don't know if I have a favorite.
The only reason I like
But
2 more is because I've been pretty open with how I'm not the biggest fan of origin stories because of it's always like if it's a team up, the team is they always hate each other at the start, and then by the end they're like, well, we're a team, we need to work together. If it's a normal one, you got to watch an hour of the main character either not having powers or not knowing what they're doing, and it's like it just isn't fun to watch because I came here for a superhero movie. So yeah, which is why I like the second one more. But the first one's still like it's like mid-90s, I think.
I think the first one, I don't know. The first one has a better ending in my opinion than the second one.
I do agree with that.
The ending of the first one is just perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's really good.
It just doesn't matter as much anymore since the third one came out.
The third one's literally a perfect movie, except for when Gamora didn't realize that the voice of the person she was talking to was not a big scary dude, but was the High Priestess.
Yeah,
That was the one mistake that movie had.
That really bothered me.
Yeah. But other than that, oh man, so good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I watched it again, and I'm so glad it still makes me cry.
It's my favorite movie of the year, I think.
It's tied with Oppenheimer at 99,
I have it at a
On my
96,
but
and then I have Oppenheimer and John Wick tied it at 94. But I think all three of those movies are contender for number one.
I think John Wick's number 92 in my list. But I think I have like 4 90s this year, which is crazy.
I think...
But my list's on my phone.
I was looking at my list. Yeah, it's still pulled up.
I would probably...
I have 5 movies above a 90, not counting the Demon Slayer movie, because that doesn't count. It wasn't really a movie. But I think that Across the Spider-Verse is not a 90 anymore. Or in the 90s. Yeah.
I'm probably going to put Guardians at 1 at the end of the year just because it means more to me than Oppenheimer does.
That's fair.
And I love the characters a whole lot more. But
I just think I would go back and watch John Wick, and a part of that is the fact that, like, Guardians 3 is so much of an emotional thing. Like you got to invest to watch that.
It's the hardest watch that's like that good. Like if a movie's a hard watch, it's because it's most of the time it's because it's bad. Yeah. This is one of the best movies that's a hard watch. Like Lauren watched it and literally said that was an incredible movie, but I'll never watch it again.
I might never watch it again, unless like
I'm a creep.
My girlfriend or something hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the only way I'll watch it again.
I love
it would take so much for me to watch it.
I loved watching it with my family because it was fun watching them all cry and like hate
little babies
and hate the High Evolutionary as much as I did.
I think the High Evolutionary is probably the best villain in the MCU. Him or Thanos.
Yeah. He's so easy to like hate.
Or Loki, I guess, because Loki was in my honorable mentions, but I just like Loki as a character.
I watched
just one hair, just really.
You want to
Let me take a picture because I think it looks funny.
Okay. I watched the first episode of Loki.
Not in a negative way. I just need to see this.
And the first episode of Loki was like.
No, I can't really see it because of the.
I said hit.
It's looked like that the whole time.
The first episode of Loki,
season
2, was awesome. Like really, it was really, really good.
I was gonna watch it the other day when I started Gen V,
yeah.
but I remembered that your Disney Plus has a password and I don't know it. So
Colton's is on TV. I just doesn't have a password.
I didn't even try.
Yeah.
I just assumed.
Yeah. That's what I watched. I'm excited to watch the rest of it because the first episode was so good.
I'll watch the first episode
and
watch the other episodes.
It was it was so good.
That's exciting.
Which it impressed me that it was that good because I liked the first season of Loki. It's probably my second or third favorite MCU show.
What would be above it? Moon Knight?
Moon Knight and Hawkeye.
I knew Hawkeye.
Moon Knight might be. Moon Knight did have some stuff that was like that's kind of stupid, but if the second season of Loki keeps going like this, it will be my favorite MCU show because wow, that episode was so good.
When all the other shows were coming out, and What If doesn't count because it's not, it's not like the same style and all that. And like Loki was the only one that got a season 2. I was so happy because every other one fell
most
so
of the other
short.
ones.
Besides, I didn't finish Moon Knight because my Disney Plus ran out, and then by the time like I got access to Disney Plus, I just really didn't feel like watching it. I need to because it was good. I just didn't care that much.
I think most of
them. And then Hawkeye was good, but it was like a little too inconsequential. I think maybe, which doesn't always matter to me. But like it was like just it felt like a fun holiday movie, but it was too long. Because of that.
I think most of them are like intended to be one season, except for Loki and Moon Knight. But Moon Knight doesn't look like it's going to get a second season, which kind of sucks, based on how it ended. And then, I don't think What If doesn't really count, but I think those are the only ones that were supposed to get a second season based on like the writing of them.
Yeah, they do end in good ways. Like I feel like Hawkeye could if they wanted to.
They could, but I'd be fine if it was like a Kate Bishop show.
Or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like they could write more stuff in that. But
I hate that show so much.
I liked it until the end.
I hate that show with every fiber. I mean, there was one good scene.
The fight scene between John Walker,
that
Falcon and Soldier was really good.
That was the one good scene in that.
It was good. Looking back on it, I really don't care about it.
Yeah. What time is it?
7:50.
Okay, probably. Yeah, I gotta wrap it up soon.
I think I think She-Hulk's definitely my least favorite. I forgot it existed.
Not
for a
even
second
close.
there.
I don't know. Okay.
WandaVision.
Secret
I
Invasion.
haven't watched Secret Invasion.
That might be, just because of how atrociously horrible the finale was, it might be worse than She-Hulk, because I think
and Secret Invasion was, you were more hyped.
Right, I think objectively She-Hulk is worse, but like Secret Invasion holds more weight in the MCU because it means so much for like how the Skrulls are gonna like do stuff in the future. And She-Hulk, although I think it was stupid and unfunny, the point of it was to be a comedy. This show was supposed to be serious, and the writers at some point were seriously saying, this is such a good idea for the finale. This is beautiful. This is serious. It's like all the stuff it's supposed to be, and it was just, and they seriously thought it was a good idea to do what they did. And it was not. Like, there's a reason it's the worst rated MCU anything.
I think it's funny that every episode was the lowest rated episode. Like, as it came out, it just became that it was like a new record for being the worst reviewed Marvel thing.
It's so stupid, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
I need to watch the finale.
Don't even watch the whole show. Just watch the finale, and it was, oh my gosh. Like, why would you do that? It makes me mad. Like, there was no reason to do that, and they did it. And Kevin Feige, like, there's a reason now that Kevin Feige's talking about rebooting the MCU, because it's gotten to a point to where it almost cannot be fixed. And now that James Gunn is gone, like, you might as well. But it's hard to do that because Loki would have been the show you needed to do that through, and now the show's finished being made for this season. So unless they make a third season and they do that, but so many Disney Plus shows are getting canceled right now. Like, they've already scrapped Daredevil, which sucks.
I think one of their biggest issues was their reliance on Disney Plus shows. I think they were making too many of them because none of them were exceptional besides Loki. And I did like Hawkeye, just like it was.
I loved Hawkeye, because it wasn't serious, but it was literally just like Hawkeye.
It felt like
Kate
if
Bishop.
Home Alone met the MCU and turned into a TV show. I mean, it wasn't like a home invasion thing, but like the feel of Home Alone.
I just loved that show, and Wilson Fisk is one of my favorite villains.
I enjoyed Hawkeye. It was like,
and I like organized crime stuff too.
Yeah.
And Jack Duquesne is my third favorite character in the MCU now.
I just think that
he's just like, I just thought it was so funny how they thought like he was the bad guy the whole time, and he just was a guy who loved swords. It was just, that was his thing.
Yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious. But,
Loki was just the best written, and they tried new stuff and all that, and I like the different versions of Loki, and Tom Hiddleston is
a great actor.
I love Tom Hiddleston.
I want to see one of his Broadway plays, because I hear they're like incredible, and he doesn't do them a lot, but when he does do them, they're like, everyone talks about like, this is like one of the greatest written things ever, and I really want to go watch one day.
Well, we talked about movies a lot.
We did.
Pretty much all we talked about was movies.
Yeah.
We took a break to talk about the Spider-Man game.
Candy.
Well, at the start. Once we started talking about movies.
We just never really stopped, which is fine.
Yeah. I didn't do anything big this week. I don't think I did like anything.
My big thing was Spider-Man. So. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's time for Caleb Griffin to mosey on to work. See you guys next week. Go follow Caleb Ladd. His Instagram is down below to vote on a poll next week. And we'll see you guys live here next week. Bye.
Bye. Y'all been Caleb AM.
Caleb AM.